19 years for this game. Before I was even born, I've been waiting for this game. But finally, I have it.
Pumpy poster.
And it was well worth the wait. Having originally been announced as a DS game that wasn't even name dropped, people just found out what the name was, and it was called Metroid Dread. But this is a review of the game, not to unravel the history and the creation of it. But if you do want that video, there is a video of that in the description, and it will be linked at the end of the video. Metroid Dread takes place right after Metroid Fusion, and Fusion is where Samus got infected with the X parasite and had Metroid DNA fused with her to keep her alive. But the Galactic Federation has soon sent a video that the X parasite is still alive, and these research bots are sent to basically neutralize the X parasite. But the big research bots got corrupted and are no longer working. And Samus feels it is her duty to go to this planet and defeat the X parasite once and for all, because she is the only one immune to it. The X parasite being basically the greatest threat to the universe, as it corrupts and takes over any living being and basically mouths it into some terrible creation. And then when Samus got attacked by the X parasite, she had Metroid DNA to fight it off, which is the second most dangerous thing in the universe, the only thing that can kill the X parasite, but also basically absorbs all life energy from anything. And as all sarcastic AIs say, her sarcastic AI named Adam is like, this ain't worth the risk, but she goes anyways. In the first few minutes of being on this planet, she gets all her powers taken and her ass absolutely destroyed. Man, it's almost like someone warned you. The scariest ass planet in all existence holds a parasite that could literally destroy the whole universe it wanted to. Military ass space grade research robots. What do you think would happen? This man would see you and sit down and ask you for a cup of tea? And your sarcastic AI literally tells you, your main mission, get the fuck out of here. But you're at the bottom of the map. Of course you are. Man, it wouldn't be a game if you were at the top and you could just easily get back to your ship. And you could explore the new maps of the game. Arataria, the first area, and like a nice, kind of the all-around area. It has the fire levels, the ice levels. It has everything to it. Katara's basically just lava. That's all it is. Darien, the metallic future area. Bunaria, fucking water level. Fuck. But eventually the water doesn't matter. You do get a suit to help with that. Garvon, which is like a grassy forest area. You have Elum, which is just really small. There's not much else to talk about it. I think you get an ability there and then you leave. And then Frunaria, another bitch-ass water area. And Hanubia and Itarash are basically just the final boss area. There's a few areas, but they're like so small that it just makes more sense if they were combined. And each area has an EMEI, the so-called research bots. Yeah, research bot my ass. These are straight fucking murder machines. They will catch you like in a second and you're just dead. They are super fast, have each of their own abilities. Some can freeze you, some shock you, and they can twist, contort into all these areas to get you. Bullshit, the Galactic Federation made these to research and study animals. These are straight fucking murder bots. Now in each area there is a unknown energy that gives you the Omega Blaster, which is how you defeat the MEIs. This you find off these weird little eye things. It's kind of repetitive and it's the one thing I don't like, but the fun of the MEIs is actually getting away from them, running away, trying not to get caught. As you do progress though, you learn that you were lured into this land by the guy that one-shotted you at the beginning. And he's the ultimate warrior. Of course he is. And by the AI, the best character in the game, basically tells you, you stand no chance.
Samus, at your current power level you are no match for Raiden Beak. I have information that his muscles have muscles, and he can bench 500 pounds easily. He's also incredibly handsome, you'll be too starstruck to attack him. Just go ahead and let him harvest your DNA, really.
Even if you get all your abilities, the AI still tells you cannot beat him. That's the basic story without too many spoilers. I'm not trying to go into everything that happened because there's a lot. And anyways, this story is not the biggest implication of the 2D Metroid games. If you want that, go to the Prime series. I still hold hope. But the gameplay does not disappoint. Like all Metroid games, there is a big emphasis on exploration. And as well as all Metroid games, all your abilities get taken. At least it's not like Other M, where your AI was just like, nah bitch, you're under my will, you can never use these abilities, you only unlock them over time. It is somewhat explained, but it is kind of like, oh man, you gotta get all your abilities over again, which if you played any of the other Metroid games, you already know the majority of them. But fortunately, you do start off with a good few abilities, the rockets and your normal laser, as well as a new ability, a counter of sorts. If you see a yellow flash on any enemy that is attacking, you can press the X button to get a easy counter and, a majority of the times, an instant kill. This is also the only way that you have to combat the murder bots when you don't have the Omega energy. Basically, they have a short window of a yellow flash where you could press the X button to stun them and run away. But the time is so small, no human has like the reaction time to see this. I've gotten this more times on accident than actually trying. So basically, once you see a yellow flash, press the fucking button.
You may be wondering, how do I get more powerful in this game?
Abilities are kind of spread out all over. Some you kind of just find through the morph balls, other you get by beating bosses, and others you get by beating the enemy eyes. The first one you normally get is the charge shot, lets you explore a little bit more, then you move on, you get like morph ball, the bomb, the fusions, frozen rockets, and a lot more. My favorite of the regular abilities so far is the speed boost.
Think you have any idea how fast I really am? I'm fast as fuck, boy.
But as well, there's a new set of abilities that are under the Aeon meter. This is a new meter given to Samus with 3 new abilities for each one. The first one is invisibility, and this is really helpful for evading the murder bots. And then the next one, you have a dash ability, which is just really helpful for getting away. And then finally, a search ability, which was in the remake of Metroid 2 from the base game. But I feel like it's better that you unlock it over time because it helps with finding a lot of the secret items, but it doesn't take away from the beginning when you have the exploration and progression and learning what Metroid feels like. You will get confused though, and that is a part of the game, is being lost for hours, or what I like to call it, a Metroid moment. Then finally finding that secret area or secret passage, as I said earlier, is one of the best feelings you can have. The boss fights are also incredible. These do not miss. All the bosses feel very unique, except for the mini bosses you will encounter later on in the game, but I'm talking the main bosses. They are all unique, all special, and have their own moveset. They do take time to learn, and you will die over and over against these guys until you learn their patterns and learn their abilities. This game rarely slows down as well. This goes from cutscene to gameplay really fast. The only time it ever slows down is when you're traveling from area to area. Every new area you go through like a 30-second cutscene, not really cutscene, but more image of just Samus, and then you're on to the next area. Normally, it does not pause going through doors, does not pause during cutscenes, and has barely any loading times. And speaking of cutscenes, these cutscenes look incredible. incredible. They are visually stunning, show how much of a badass Samus is, and do not disappoint. Each cutscene looks straight from like a Metroid anime. The visuals are incredible, even on Switch. I know we're like 4 years in and people are still talking about, oh my god, how did they get that to work on Switch? No, I'm serious. This is incredible to see. One thing that I do not like though is they really miss the opportunity in these cutscenes to put Doom music behind Samus. There is as well full voice acting in all of these cutscenes. Getting to hear Samus speak in Chozo blew my fucking mind.
Has vados les paradan, ashka ulugal ata. Iliemai marhuma satari lin ashkar bechek. Tamus harlan, feche hadoran. Minu habar kumane hundos, devolen ili mathroidim ishkanulisa tamacharizbi.
Kino ulo truda, ana maril sanur pura, ay marhel kalom.
And Samus's personality is more prevalent than ever. Damn, I'm horny. Samus is straight ruthless. That Kraid fight showed just how ruthless she was. She saw Kraid again and was like, for the fucking thousandth time I gotta fight this dude, and just let him fall into lava. Do not play this game without any audio on. The audio just amps the atmosphere a billion times. Literally in the Murderbot's zone, the quiet, faint music, and then once they get close, you hear like the robots moving fast, really gets your heart beating and makes you feel a sense of dread. And it makes it even better because they will catch you and they will kill you. And just the noise it makes, the visuals you see, and that's just in the MEI areas. The sound itself, Adam's voice acting, Chozo voice acting, the area itself, the creepy atmospheric music, it all adds to the sound just being incredible, truly adding to this game. But this game is no cakewalk for anybody. So for any of y'all saying all games need an easy mode, you cannot buy this game. This game is hard. This game is ruthless. It will kill you, and it will kill you over and over and over. I beat the game, and I was like, yeah, that was pretty hard, fun experience. And I realized there's a hard mode. that was the normal mode, the easiest mode in the game. And for any of y'all old Metroid fans out there, there's a great deal of references. A lot to Samus's past, the Chozo, even in her suits. Her second suit is her basic suit, and then her third suit is the suit she had in Fusion. Whenever she goes through a portal, she's in the Dark Samus position. There's just a lot of references everywhere, and it's really nice to just see all of this as a Metroid fan. Now, one minor grievance I have is the save states. It's very annoying to have to find a save area to save. I really do wish you could just kind of like save whenever and then hop back in. Now, that's just me and my modern gaming grievances. It's not too big of a deal, but sometimes it is quite annoying because I did close the game once and come back that my Switch was dead and I lost a lot of progress. And the murder bot fights kind of all feel the same. You just run away from the bots, find the gross eye thing, get the omega energy, kill the bot. Now the fun of the bots doesn't come in from actually beating them, it comes from running away and getting away from them, which I talked about earlier. Other than those small grievances, I will say this is an incredible game you should pick up, and I really hope this brings Metroid to the top of Nintendo's list, and not necessarily like their B-tier games where they may release one every year. I hope this brings it up to the Zelda, the Mario, the Kirby, the Animal Crossing levels of tier, and Nintendo actually realizes, oh yeah, we should make more Metroid games. And maybe one day we'll get Metroid Prime 4. And my final rating for this game is 9 murder bots out of 10.